Alright, so at this stage I have the box coming in with the underlying ocean footage. So what I would like to do now is insert a new track where I will get my Extreme Sports logo and place it down here. Now I would like to cut the logo over here because it extends beyond the rest of the footage. So I'm gonna make sure that this is the layer that's the track that's selected over here, and I'll add an edit, and then I'll go to my segment mode and I'll select this and delete it. Alright, so now all of them have the same length. Alright, now if I look over here, I see that I already have an effect. So once this video track is selected, I'm gonna go to effects, and I see that I have a matte key effect, but I don't have the option to reverse or swap the sources. So for that, I'm gonna go to my effects and key and matte key, and I'll drag it over, and now I have the possibility to swap the sources and therefore get the proper alpha channel to display over here. So now once I scrub, I get the result that I'm looking for, but the first thing that I want to do now is scale down Extreme Sports so that it fits with the rest of the animation over here. So I'm gonna scrub to a time where I see the actual box and the bar and Extreme Sports, and with this track selected, I'm gonna go to effects, and here I'm gonna open scaling because now I can change the scaling. So whenever I change the scaling, I see that the scaling of the whole movie is changing. So I'm gonna undo, and here if I click on if I uncheck swap sources and I click on invert key, I'm gonna get the same result. So that's inverting the alpha channel. But if I do scale now, I'm just dealing with Extreme Sports. So I'm gonna scale it down until it has the right size. Alright, something like this. And here I see that at the edges I have a black mark which I would like to remove. So this is done using the crop command, which I'm gonna extend. I have top, bottom, left, and right. So I'm gonna increase from the top value. I don't really want to reach all the way down, just to remove the top side like this, and also the bottom side. Alright, and then something from the left side so that I remove this black mark, and also from the right side. Of course, I don't want to hit sports, so I'm gonna stay outside. Alright, so that's what I have. I can go to position now and change the position until it rests exactly what I want it to rest. So somewhere over here. Alright, maybe just give it a little nudge higher, like that. Alright, so that's the look that I'm after over here. If I scrub my time, let's see what we get. It works, but we have Extreme Sports showing all the time, and we want to actually make it show at a later stage, somewhere over here. So for that, we're gonna add an edit to cut through Extreme Sports. So I'm gonna disable V1 and V2 so that I just affect V3, which is the third video track, and I'm gonna add an edit like this. Alright, so once I'm there, I can just take this segment and delete it, and I'm left with that one over here. So what I can do is click and drag it, but I can't really place it at the left side because I am in the segment mode, and this segment mode will actually extract and splice in, which is insert the video where it can be inserted. What I want to do is overwrite any existing track, so I'm gonna take this now and place it say somewhere over here, and delete that part and replace it and place it over there. So now I have it showing as I want, but I would like to fade it in instead of just appearing like this. For that, I'm gonna apply an effect for that. So with this video track selected, I'm gonna go to film, and I'm gonna choose film fade and drag and release over here. So now I'm gonna have a fading effect for Extreme Sports, like so. Alright, so if I scrub the time now, That's the animation that I have. The last thing that I want to do is add my audio file. So I'm going to right click and choose new audio track. Alright, and that's my audio track. Now it happens that my audio track is stereo, therefore I need to insert another audio track so that we have two. Now I'm going to go to bins and audio, and that's my audio track, which I'm going to drag down and release over here, and you see how it fits inside both audio channels because it's a stereo file. Now I'm also going to cut through my audio file, so I'm going to press Control and reach over here, and I'm going to insert and edit, and I'm going to delete the rest of the footage. So I'm going to go like this so that we have the proper scale. So if I press play now, it works, but my audio is getting cut at the end, and that's something that I would like to fix with the audio mixer. So if I go to my tools, I can reach the audio mixer over here. I'll give it a second to load, and we're going to talk about the audio mixer in detail later, but for now I would like to animate the levels, which are the levels of A1 and A2. So I'm going to click here and go to auto, where I can actually record the levels. So I'm going to scrub all the way down, and while the music plays, I'm going to lower down the levels so that they die out. So I'm going to click on record, and towards the end I'll just lower the level down. Alright, I'm gonna click on record again, but of course when you do that, to override the warning, go back to the beginning, and that's what I want to work on right now. So I click on record, and I'll lower this down so that it dies out. Of course there are other ways, but that's the way that I want to show right now. So if I press play, of course rewind and press play, and here we decrease the audio level. So all I have to do right now is export my movie, and my work would be done. Alright, so what do I export? I need to export my sequence, which is in my timeline. So if I go to video, that's the sequence that I would want to export. It's called Untitled Sequence 01. Let's call it Extreme Sports Sequence. Alright, so that's what I would like to export. I can right click and choose export. It's gonna take the same name, and let's just leave the name. I'm gonna go to options, and here make sure that video and audio are checked. We're not gonna use the DV codec. We're gonna be using another format, which is the Sorensen Video 3 that I explained in the previous videos. And I'll hit save, and my video track will be exported along with audio. So that's my file. If I double click on it to run it, I should be seeing the actual video along with my audio. And there you go.